Happy Thursday, Rutgers. I'm Jake Ostrov. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you. It's March 28th, 2019. Weather watcher Max Hazon will give you the regional and big picture forecast for the day. We'll check out this year's Audience Empowerment Workshop. And Raquel White will come talk about the Liberated Gospel Choir. We've got tons to get to. Let's wake up, Rutgers. Yes, hello and welcome, Rutgers. It's great to be here on this cool Thursday morning. And as always, we're here to wake you up every Thursday morning with all the exciting news, events, and weather. And wow, we have got a show for you. Welcome back. It's the first show that we're back on the air since coming back from spring break, a well-deserved vacation for students and faculty. I know I definitely needed the break, and I had a very exciting spring break. But before I get to that, I'm going to turn over to my left-hand man. I would say right, but he's technically standing to my left. Max Hazon. Max, how was your spring break?
Jake, I definitely enjoyed my spring break, even though I really didn't go away to the Caribbean where we had some nice warmer weather down there. It's definitely nice to have a little bit of a stay-at-home vacation, and even though it was nice and cool over here, not as warm as down south, definitely got to hang out with some of my friends from back home and just get some extra sleep that I really don't get here that much at Rutgers. But overall, great spring break. And you know what? We're in the home stretch for the end of the spring semester, so can't wait to see what the end of this semester has in store. Back to you, Jake.
Well, I'm right with you there, Max. I didn't get any sun either. I didn't get any color in my skin. Not that I don't think the sun would do me any good. Maybe a little bit red instead of tan. I actually had the opposite. I was up in Connecticut covering the women's basketball game as they were in the NCAA tournament in Connecticut to play the University of Buffalo. Unfortunately, it wasn't the result that they were looking for. They lost in the first round, but it was great to see the girls in the national stage for the first time in 4 years. It was a pretty big weekend for our Rutgers athletics. Actually, I'll take that one a step further. It was one of the biggest weekends in Rutgers athletics in recent memory. Not only were our girls in action, but Rutgers wrestling sent 6 wrestlers to nationals in Pittsburgh last weekend, and not one, but 2 came away with first place prizes. Nick Suriano and Anthony Ashnault. We'll talk about them a little bit later in our news and events section. But Max, you said it perfectly. We're in the home stretch of the semester. I always like to say that, and it's a debatable point, that when we come back from spring break, we're in the home stretch of the semester. We're basically already done. We're entering April, the final month before finals. It's weird to think that we're only 1 month away from summer break, but with the end of April, obviously, with the beginning of April, obviously, comes the end of March, and the end of March concludes Women's History Month, and we've talked about it throughout all of our shows here in March about women that have inspired us, both close to us. I mentioned my mother, my grandmother, family, friends, and aunts, and many other women who have been trailblazers, paving the path and taking risks and sacrifices to make lives easier for the girls now and specifically the college students at the university today that are looking to get into the job field and don't have to jump over the same hurdles that these women had to in the past. We've got a great show for you. We're going to get to our news and events. We're going to talk about our weather, not just for today, but for the weekend as well. And a spoiler alert, it's looking pretty good. We're going to have a great interview. But before we get to the rest of the show, let's see how much you know. Women for President of the United States. We'll find out the answer right after this.
Being a Rutgers student isn't always as sweet as it seems. If you're not prepared, you might find yourself needing some help.
I need help. I can't find my term bill.
Luckily, help is here. Getting to and paying your term bill is as easy as tying your shoelaces.
To get to your term bill, just go to studentabc.rutgers.edu and press the button that says Pay Your Bill. From there, you can log in with your NetID or RUID, The site will direct you to your account summary where you can find your term bill for any semester.
Okay, but like, how do I pay my term bill?
Great question.
For payment options, just refer to the right-hand side column on your account summary page. It's that easy.
Wow, that was really helpful.
All in a day's work.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Before the break, we asked, who is the first woman to run for president of the United States? Now it's time to find out the answer. First woman to run for president of the United States was Victoria Woodhull in 1872. Victoria Woodhull was a leader in the American women's suffrage movement as well as women's rights and labor reform. In 1872, she ran for presidency along with her running mate Frederick Douglass, but was not taken seriously at the time. She was also the first woman to operate a brokerage firm on Wall Street and one of the first women to start their own newspaper publications. And it's amazing just how far ahead of the time Victoria was. I mean, we talked about how she was involved with the women's suffrage movement. That wasn't for another 40 years. Think about that. She was running for president in 1872, and if she had made it to the ballot, she wouldn't have even been able to vote for herself. But what's that line from Hamilton again? Women in the sequel? I think that's going to do the trick. Someone I know that does their civic duty every November is Max Hazon, and he's here with the weather.
And thank you, Jake. As you mentioned before, have a lot of warmer weather that's going to be coming into this weekend, and that's going to be one of the main highlights as we head to the end of this week and into this weekend. We're going to have temperatures gradually rising from the upper 50s today into possibly even the lower 70s for Saturday and possibly even Sunday, but I'm going to talk a little bit more with that later on in the 5-day extended. We're going to have a system, though, that's going to be coming from the west. That's going to bring quite a bit of showers for Sunday. And depending on the timing of the system, we could even see some thunderstorm activity, but I'll talk more about that in just a moment. And April showers, they may kick in as we head into the middle of next week, but we're staying pretty dry to start off the day. 32 degrees right now, quite chilly here at Rutgers at the freezing part, but we do have a lot of sun. So if you're waking up right around now, you're going to see a lot of sun in the area. So it's definitely a good start as we're heading off to class, but just make sure to bring a jacket or so. Winds are pretty calm right now, so no winds are really going to affect your walk over to class. 60 degrees is your high today. We're going to have a beautiful day, mild temperatures, and maybe just a few high clouds in the area. But the south-south wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour, it's what's going to be bringing that warm air coming in from the south. But as we head into tonight, the clouds will be increasing in the area. 42 degrees is our low temperature. We may even see a chance of a spy shower. Most of the showers, though, are going to stay to our north, and winds will stay out of the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour as we head into tonight. And now here's what we're really going to be focusing on. Here's a large batch of rain that's going to be covering everywhere from the central Great Plains all the way into portions of New England as well. And this is Friday evening. At that time, what we're seeing is this warm front that's going to be progressing its way into the northeast. So we're going to have those mild temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, tomorrow. But this low, as you see out in the panhandle of Texas, will be progressing its way eastward over the next couple of days. By Sunday, the rain is going to be impacting our area, and we could see upwards of possibly half an inch or so. Later on the show, I'm going to give you guys your regional forecast as well as your 5-day forecast. Back to you, Jake.
Finally starting to see some of that spring weather. It's the 28th of March, and technically we're over a week now into the spring season, and it's great to see that things are finally turning around. News and events after this.
As a commuter, it's hard to make connections outside of class.
Tell me about it.
Did you know that there's a place for commuters to meet up between classes?
No, I didn't.
That's right. The Rutgers Commuter Student Organization's primary goal is to serve commuter needs and interests while building a bigger commuter community on campus. Located in the Bush Student Center, the RCSA Commuter Lounge has many appliances that help make commuter lives easier, such as a microwave, a refrigerator, computers, and even a TV. The RCSA also holds events. It's the perfect place to relax, do homework, and make some friends. Don't have classes on Bush? Don't worry. There is a new commuter lounge in the Douglass Student Center as well. The commuter lounges are open every Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Fridays. For more information, visit rcsa.rutgers.edu.
Welcome back, Rutgers. A lot has happened while we were away on spring break, so let's take a look at our news and events. Well, it finally happened. Rutgers Wrestling had their first national champion crowned last Saturday night in Pittsburgh, and its second followed shortly thereafter. Nick Suriano took home gold in the 133-pound weight class, and Anthony Ashnault, in his final career match, dominated the competition and won in the 149-pound weight class. Not only did Rutgers claim its first and second wrestling national champion, but their win secured a top 10 finish for the team at nationals for the first time in program history. Coach Scott Goodell also was awarded Coach of the Year for the team's placement. It was definitive proof of the progress the team has made and just shows the future success that is destined to come. And if you followed the wrestling team as closely as I did this season, it was a great accomplishment over the weekend, and it's just a testament for how far the wrestling team has come. 2 national champions. They rang the bell at Old Queens, a distinguished honor for students, specifically athletes, that accomplish great feats, and I think that winning a national championship, that's definitely considered a great feat, and it's just a testament to the success that Rutgers has had on the wrestling mat. Now let's take a look at what they're doing in the classroom. As a significant number of incarcerated colored men are being released from prison each year, there has been controversy onto how these particular individuals should be treated when they re-enter the real world. According to a study conducted by researchers at the Rutgers School of Public Health, they found that without a social support system outside of prison, released inmates, typically African American males, are more susceptible to mental health problems. Specifically, the lead author of the study, Pamela Valera, emphasizes how inmates are 10 times more likely to suffer from an antisocial personality disorder and 2 to 4 times more likely to suffer from psychotic illnesses and major depression. Therefore, it is crucial that there is a support system for the inmates after they are released so that they can reintegrate themselves into society in a happy and healthy way. And so oftentimes we talk about the importance of mental health, and it goes across all aspects of life. And it's great that Rutgers is taking this initiative for incarcerated individuals, but we talk about it all the time right here on college campus. A lot happens here between tests and projects and your classes and work and the regular stress that comes with social life. It's very important that students live a happy and healthy life and they relieve stress as much as possible. And a way that they can do that is get out and go to some of the events going on this weekend. Put your Mickey ears on and come to the Livingston Coffee House tonight at 8 p.m. for Deep Treble's Dance Marathon Benefit Concert. Deep Treble, one of the premier a cappella groups on campus, will be holding a short Disney-themed concert for the kids. Ticket prices double as donations, and all proceeds will go to this year's dance marathon. For more information, check out getinvolved.rutgers.edu. And on campus, I feel like we do everything for the kids. Dance Marathon is an all-encompassing event. It's just happening next week, so it's really picking up around this time of year. And Deep Treble, I know someone who was involved my freshman year. They're really talented singers, and it should be a great concert and one of the great events that Rutgers has going on during this week of service. Are you in a giving back to the community kind of mood? Do you like to paint? If you said yes to either, then the Paint for the Pantry event hosted by the Department of Leadership and Experiential Learning is perfect for you. All you have to do is donate 2 suggested food items to the Rutgers Food Pantry, and then you can attend this live painting party. This party will take place tomorrow at the Red Lion Cafe in the College Ave Student Center from 4 to 7 p.m. Check out ruoffcampus.rutgers.edu/food to look at the suggested food items to donate. Join in to kick back, relax, and give back during the Rutgers Week of Service. And I mentioned the Rutgers Week of Service is the Scarlet Day of Service coming up this Saturday, and it's great. We talk about the food pantry all the time. Rutgers has provided such a great resource for students to come get the food when they can't afford it, and obviously students have to eat, so it's great that Rutgers empowers their students to go out and get food and help out their fellow peers. And I like that word empower. The word empower is intrinsically empowering. It focuses on the individual, forgets about the rest of the group, and allows the individual to worry about nothing but themselves. And just a couple weeks ago, Mason Gross held their audience empowerment dance recital, and Daniela Cardona was fortunate enough to cover it for us. So now let's paint the town scarlet with Daniela Cardona. Excellent.
Hello Rutgers, I'm Daniela Cardona, and today we're here outside of Laurie Dance Theater for an audience empowerment workshop. Students can learn from artists and scholars about social justice issues around them. Hopefully students will walk out of here knowing a bit more about the world they live in. Let's go check it out. What do you hope people learn from your audience empowerment workshop?
I hope people know that dance is not something to be just put on museums. I hope they feel they are empowered to both try on dance and to know that they have the metaphoric imagination available to them to understand dance and all its abstractions.
Sometimes in dance, the show keeps going and the performance goes on, and you almost forget all the images and moments you saw because you just get hit with continuing dance performance. So here we give audiences a chance to pause, reflect, and hear each other's reflections, which I think they actually learn from each other's voices more than even us saying anything.
And what was your favorite part about the workshop?
I think my favorite part is seeing Ananya connect with different members of the community, with faculty, staff, and students, and bringing them into the meaning and the creative process of her work so that they understand it as a long, progressive process rather than just what you see on the stage.
Learning about topics that affect us every day is so important to know, and even better when it's outside of the classroom. Make sure to join us next time, but until then, keep painting the town scarlet. I'm Daniela Cardona, RUTV.
What a great event that was, and it was great that the students can feel empowered enough to be able to express themselves through the art of dance. We've got a great interview with Raquel White of Liberated Gospel coming up right after this.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I can run today. I'm really busy and... Wait, what? You're running there? I did not know this. I didn't even know that was a place.
Do you know all the places on campus where you can work out and exercise? Well, we do, and we want to share that with you. Werblin Recreation Center is located on Bush campus on the corner of Frelinghuysen and Bartholomew Road. Werblin has everything from badminton courts to an Olympic-sized swimming pool. The Livingston Recreation Center is located on Road 3 off of Joyce Kilmer Avenue. This center has a full weight room, hosts many different classes, and even has a spa located right inside to help you relax after a tough workout or maybe just a tough exam. The Cook Douglas Recreation Center is located on Beale Road across from the Cook Student Center. This recreation building comes equipped with a fun fitness center, pool, and racquetball courts for those of you who like sports with a little danger. The College Avenue Gym is located directly on College Avenue, right next to the Student Center. This location has multiple gyms and basketball courts, power and conditioning rooms, and is the only location with a rock wall. The Rutgers Fitness Center is located on Easton Avenue on the College Avenue campus. This is the only location that is just a fitness center, so this might be the place for people looking to just work with weights and machines. Rutgers also has multiple bike and walking paths that run throughout all the campuses. You can find a map of all the paths at rudocs.rutgers.edu/bikewalk. Most facilities are open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. until 11:30 p.m. Weekend hours vary, but you can find out more information about the facilities and their hours at recreation.rutgers.edu.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Here with me is Raquel White, a dance coordinator of Liberated Gospel here at Rutgers. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I guess the first things first, to get it out of the way, what is Liberated Gospel?
So Liberated Gospel is an on-campus ministry where we have a dance component and also a choir part of the ministry, and we all just worship God together.
That sounds great, and obviously you're a dance coordinator.
Yes.
I said it before. So as dance coordinator, what does that entail?
So I have the pleasure of coordinating dance for over 30 dancers. We choreograph, and we also just set up different engagements that the dancers can go to, and just take our ministry all over campus and anywhere we can.
Well, it seems like you have a lot going on, and there's a lot to choose from here, but what is your favorite part about being a part of Liberated Gospel?
So Liberated provides a great community for a lot of Rutgers students to connect on a spiritual level. There's a lot of fellowship that takes place, and also we can just worship God freely. We don't have to worry about anything.
Well, it sounds like you got a lot going on. If you could tell me just a little bit about the upcoming events that you guys have going on.
Sure. So this Friday, actually, we're hosting Gospel Zumba, where all the proceeds will be donated to Women's Aware. It's from 3 to 5 in Livingston Gym, and we'll be getting some great exercise for a good cause.
Well, that sounds great, and I'm sure that everyone is looking forward to Friday. So if you were looking to go to the event on Friday, where can students find out more information?
Sure. So you can go to our Instagram page, which is Are You Liberated, or you can email us at areyouliberated@gmail.com.
Well, I guess the only thing left to say is thank you so much for telling me a little bit about Liberated Gospel and everything you guys do. I'm looking forward to Friday then. I might have to check that out.
Thank you. Take
More
care.
Wake Up Rutgers after this.
The Rutgers libraries have some of the biggest resources this university has to offer. There are 9 libraries located throughout all campuses with convenient hours to fit any student schedule.
The Alexander Library on College Ave campus is open 24 hours, but before 8 a.m. and after 10 p.m., a valid Rutgers ID is required. The Art Library, located on College Ave behind Scott Hall, is open from 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. The Carr Library on Livingston campus is open 24 hours, but before 8 a.m. and after 10 p.m., a valid Rutgers ID is required. The Chang Library on the Douglas campus is open from 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. The Mabel Smith Douglas Library on the Douglas campus is open 24 hours, but before 8 a.m. and after 10 p.m., a valid Rutgers ID is required. The Library of Science and Medicine on Bush campus is open 24 hours, but before 8 a.m. and after 10 p.m., a valid Rutgers ID is required. The Math and Physics Library inside of the Hill Center on Bush campus is open from 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m.
There's plenty of space for everyone at the library, so come inside.
Wow. Welcome back, Rutgers. What an interview that was with Raquel talking about Liberated Gospel. Of course, it's great to know that they have an event coming up this Friday. I might have to go check that out along with me for a pretty nice weekend. But to tell me a little bit more about the forecast is Max Hazon.
And thank you, Jake. So earlier I mentioned that the warm air is going to be pushing its way up into the region, and that is definitely true. As we're talking about 60s mainly from us down to our south, we're talking about lower 60s mainly across Philadelphia and down to DC. But we do have a system, as I mentioned, coming in from the Midwest. Out in Pittsburgh, we're going to see some spotty showers coming in later on the afternoon hours, and some rain and some increasing clouds will be pushing its way eastward, especially during the afternoon. But overall, it's going to be mostly sunny across much of the region. If anything, much of the clouds this afternoon are going to stay to our north with some showers, especially up in Syracuse, spotty at times, 56 degrees as a high. And as we head further out to the coast, out in Boston, 51 degrees, and that's because of some oceanic influence that are only bringing some cooler temperatures into the area. But overall, it's going to be a quite beautiful day, especially along the immediate coastline in the northeast. However, as we head into tonight, those showers are going to be progressing its way eastward into even some of the mountainous regions in the Poconos, to the Catskills, and even the Adirondacks as well. Some spotty showers in Scranton, Syracuse, pushing its way eastward into Albany along I-87, with temperatures in the lower, even to the upper 40s as well across much of the northeast. 49 in DC, 44 in Philadelphia, pushing its way out to the coast, 43 in Boston. As I mentioned before, we could see some spotty showers at times, but much of the showers is going to stay primarily to our north and west. So as we look at the next few days, it's going to be quite dry, although clouds will be increasing throughout Friday and Saturday as well. Sunday is going to be the main event, though, as we're going to see that system coming in from the west, that we're going to see a lot of rain in the area, but potentially we could see even a rumble of thunder. Right now, 63 degrees is our forecasted high, but it could get warmer depending on the timing of the cold front that's coming in from the Midwest as we head into this weekend. We're going to have to stay tuned to Weather Watchers for more updates on this forecast. We do dry out on Monday. However, temperatures will drop. As you see, temperatures only in the lower 50s, but let's just go back and take a look at these very mild temperatures, about 15 to 20 degrees above average. 65 is your high for tomorrow and 71 degrees for your high on Saturday. Even though it's going to be mainly cloudy, though, not a lot of sun in the forecast, you're going to definitely see some drier weather. So definitely take advantage before the cold front kicks in, dropping temperatures back into around average. Tuesday, though, we're going to see those nice fair skies, maybe a few clouds at times with temperatures, as I mentioned, around average in the lower 50s. Wednesday, you don't see it, but we do have a system that's going to be riding along the East Coast, and that could definitely bring some heavy rain in the forecast. As I mentioned, stay tuned to Weather Watchers for more updates on that situation. So in order to stay tuned, as I mentioned, you could always check out Weather Watchers on RUTV channel 23.1 every 15 minutes. You can also like us on our Facebook page. Go to RU Weather Watcher on Facebook.com. You could always like, comment, and subscribe on our Twitter page. Go to RUTVWW. If you want to submit your weather photos, always use that hashtag RUWeather for all the interesting photos. And always go to our YouTube page at RUTV Weather Watcher, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell button for the latest updates on the current weather here in the Garden State. I'm Max Hazon. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and back to you, Jake.
I think the thing that I'm most concerned about is the next few days. Of course, today is MLB opening day. It should be a national holiday. Maybe that's in the future, but a good weather today and tomorrow into Saturday is looking like a promising start to the baseball season. Be back after this.
This is Kate. Kate never utilized the many great resources Rutgers has to offer. Now, Kate doesn't have a job. Don't want to end up like Kate? Then you should go to University Career Services. University Career Services provides career-related counseling, resources, and programs to help individuals clarify academic and career goals, establish career plans, develop job search skills, and make successful career transitions. The mission is to build relationships with alumni, employers, and graduate schools to optimize internship, job, and career opportunities. From workshops and webinars to fairs and other recruiter visits, the staff within University Career Services works tirelessly to prepare students and connect them to the world of work. For more information, visit careers.rutgers.edu.
Well, Rutgers, we're just almost at the end of our first show back from spring break, and it's great to be back. I wasn't even here the week before spring break, so it's been a while since I've been on set, and I have to say I was kind of hoping to have a co-host with me. Cass had other responsibilities up at her internship in New York, but hopefully next week I'll be back with my favorite co-host next to me, and we'll be back to doing two host shows. And it's a real shame that Cass wasn't here this week because I was going to wish her a happy birthday. Her birthday is on Saturday, the biggest accomplishment that a student can achieve as far as birthdays go while they're still on campus, the big 2-1. Well, Cass, if you're watching this, and I wish you a happy birthday. And I guess, you know, she surprised me after my birthday on the show back in December. I might have to do the same this time around next week. Well, Rutgers, that'll do it for today's episode. For more events happening this week, you can go to getinvolved.rutgers.edu or ruevents.rutgers.edu. Follow us on social media by searching RUTV Network, and follow us on Twitter by searching @WakeUpRutgers. We love hearing from you. Thanks again for tuning in, and to Raquel for joining us. I'm Jake Ostrov. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you next week.